Hi guys, happy Saturday. I wanted to show you guys what a car looks like after it comes back from a long-term rental. I wanted to show you the condition of it, sort of what to expect for mileage and how I had my car set up and why I love long-term rentals, even though sometimes the margins are not as high as they might be on just regular rentals that are a couple of days at a time. So let's take a look. This is my BMW X4 M40i and it was out on a 45-day rental. So after 45 days, of course, it's quite dirty, and that's acceptable because this renter did pay the cleaning fee. So I totally don't mind the fact that he didn't get it washed or cleaned. And even on the inside, you can just see the mats are quite dirty and just overall obviously not very clean, but it's okay because it was such a long rental. So let me give you guys the breakdown of this rental and how many miles were driven and what my margins look like. So let's take a look at the dash. Okay, so a 45-day rental, let me back up a little bit on why this turned into a long-term rental. This guy originally was in town just for 2 weeks, which is what the original booking was for, and he came into town because his wife was having his baby, but they live in China because their business is there, but they are originally from here in the Orange County area. Now, of course, due to what's been going on with the virus, they ended up having to extend their stay, so their stay extended for about 45 days, which was great for me because they were local and it was really nice and easy, and I really felt like in a sense I got to help somebody out, and this guest in particular was super grateful. Now this is the most ideal type of long-term rental that you can ask for. At 45 days, 1,300 miles over the 45 days, that's roughly about 28 to 29 miles per day, which is excellent. So there wasn't any excessive use on this car. Now of course on a long-term rental like this, because I knew the situation that this guy was in, I did give him a discounted rate, but I don't mind taking a smaller margin on a long-term rental because it's not taking up any of my time. So on this, my take-home day rate was roughly about $49 per day, which is really the floor on this car, and that's on the basic protection at 85% per day. Now, normally my take-home rate will vary between roughly around $49 to about $72 to $75 in high season. So this was way on the other end, but again, because it was such a long-term rental, I didn't have to put any time or effort into it. These people were local. I knew it wasn't being driven very much, so it really turned out to be the perfect scenario. Now, throughout the year, I probably see about, I would say maybe 6 to 7 long-term rentals like this, and I'll gladly give these people a discount on pricing because again, I'm always looking to save time, and if I don't have to put more of my time into a car and getting it out over and over again, I'd rather it stay with one renter. Usually tends to be a safer bet as well. Now I have, because of the type of cars that I have, I think that I don't see as many long-term rentals as maybe some other people do. People who have more economical cars, cars that make for good daily commuter cars. I think those people see way more long-term rentals. So I would love to know out there on average how many long-term rentals you guys see. But for me, it's roughly about 6 or 7 throughout the year, which is great when they do happen. And one thing I've noticed is that they always seem to be kind of unexpected and never really like super planned, or the guest doesn't really reach out saying, hey, I might need this for an extended period of time. So yeah, in this case, like I mentioned, car came back really dirty, but again, it was okay. The guest communicated that to me, but he already did the prepaid cleaning fee, so it was no big deal at all. And of course, with it being over a period of 45 days, we've had wind, we've had rain, we've had all kinds of weather, so it makes sense why it was so dirty. No big deal. It's going to be a pretty easy cleaning, and this car actually has a booking tomorrow, so it has back-to-back rentals on it, which makes me super happy. But that's kind of how that broke down. So my total earnings on this trip were about roughly $2,200. Of that, my margin was about $1,500. So super happy with that type of margin when it doesn't really require any of my time. And I also offered complimentary delivery. It was within a 15-mile radius. So in those scenarios, more than happy to do it. It makes sense financially. It makes the guests happy. It's an additional accommodation. So all around makes for a great experience when maybe somebody's in a situation that's not so great, like this guy was with his family. They're just trying to get back to their normal lives, but given the extenuating circumstances, it's something that they can't do. Now, another thing that I've recently come across is I've had renters tell me about how they've rented other cars on Turo and were looking for long-term renters, but hosts were declining their requests to take on that long-term rental. And I'm not quite sure as to why that might be the case. So if any of you out there might know, please do share in the comments section, because I think long-term rentals are great. The only thing that I can think of why somebody would decline that is if maybe they're also using their car. But again, long-term rentals are awesome because it just takes the work out of it, it takes your time out of it, and especially if you're providing a reliable car, it's nothing that you have to worry about. I mean, for the last 45 days, I literally forgot that I even had this car. So it was weird to finally see it today after so many days. But yeah, I love long-term rentals. I hope as the year goes on and the market gets stronger, and I really do anticipate it to get exponentially stronger here in 2020. I know with everything that's going on in the news right now, it is taking us for a little bit of a loop, and that's definitely such an anomaly. But I think once all of this stuff passes, and hopefully it happens soon, we should see a very strong year in the Turo marketplace. And on that note, I'm going to call it a night and I'm heading out. So again, please do share your experiences. Let me know how many long-term rentals you guys are seeing throughout the year, what type of cars you have, and if you are one of those people who don't prefer to take long-term rentals, please do share as to why that is the case. And on that note, thanks for watching. This is Saimah's Experience. My name is Saimah, and if you guys like this channel, please be sure to subscribe and show your support. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.